You gotta let me know what's going on, man. You're not going to.
You're going to jail is what's going on.
For what? You ain't... What charges? On what charges? Wow.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car, man. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out. Let me get out of the car. Okay, get out. Get out.
Hey, Shalom. All praises, glory, honor, and fear, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Rakah, Quadash. Citations to the real, the election, the chosen. And if you're not chosen, you're not going to be able to correlate and understand why these certain things are happening in the world. And you're gonna have what you're gonna do is that guys are gonna try to revert to a carnal solution, whether that's financially or whatever it may be, when it comes to food or weaponry, But the thing is about the chosen ones of us, a few, we have the weapon, we have the answer. The Lord said, the scripture say, money answers all things. Money answereth all things. Now, but what answers even above and beyond money is wisdom. Is wisdom, not the wisdom of the world that vanisheth and that fadeth away, and that the Lord takes the proud and the haughty, but the wisdom of Yahweh Shai and of the spirit of understanding the mind of the Lord, the times, the seasons, knowing when to do something, knowing when to refrain from doing something. And that's the time we're in now, where it's like the work of the Lord has been done. What has needed to be said, what has needed to be seen on the highways and byways has been completed. Now, the guys that are still out there, old and young, whatever camp you may be in, the guys that are still out there, they're still out there because they're those foolish virgins. They're those foolish virgins that didn't enter into the marriage when it was time. They put it off. So guys, they might seem like they're woke or they're in the truth, but really they're dead sleep because they don't realize what's happening. They're not awake, and they're conscious. They're not conscious to what Yahweh Shai is speaking and saying and doing. Like I said, the work has been done. It has been completed. Now we're on the next stage now. And it's really heavy. It's really heavy. So just like that was the intro, the great fall. This what's coming to the wicked in this world is a great fall. Like they think they're gonna stand. They think they're gonna Russia is just easy work. It's a different time now. The Lord's with Russia to destroy America. These are prophecy. These are the Lord's a man of war. We're in war. We're in war. And sometimes people that is on your side, they die. That's what happens in war. There's casualties of war. You don't want them to die, but sometimes that's just what happens. And when you're really walking the straight and narrow, guess what's gonna happen? There's gonna be a lot of casualties around you if you don't stir to the left, to the right, or look back like a lot of guys are. A lot of guys are gonna be casualties of war. First Maccabees 1:9, and after his death, they all put crown. And the death of who? Alexander the Great. So also the thing is with like history and breaking down the scriptures, that had a time as well. Just like in school, you have certain semesters, you have certain periods to finish things, and that's it. It's not like you're gonna stay on that topic for forever. No, you graduate elementary, then you graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? You get and then you don't have to go back. So that's the spirit guys are in. They're in a spirit of just staying back and not graduating, not using the knowledge and putting it into action and using it to better themselves and others. So that's why the scripture saying Sirach, there is one that's basically gives advice to others, yet he's unprofitable to himself because he's not using the advice he's given. And that's what we see with a lot of guys. They're just hypocrites. So the thing is about us, what makes us not hypocrites is that when we're wrong or something that we messed up on, guess what? We own up to it. We take accountability. We confess our faults. That's what the Lord is looking for. A contrite and broken heart is the Lord's delight. That's his sacrifice, who he's well pleased with. That's what he's accepting right now. And a lot of guys are proud off this knowledge. They're puffed up, and there's a great fall coming, man. It's pending. It's like 99%. And we're in that little that small stage. So that's why us that's been doing the work, and we've been putting everything in order, and we're proving our people. We're in the mind frame of, we're not looking a week from now. We're not looking a month from now. We're not planning like that. We're taking it day by day, because why? The days are evil, and we're hastening to flee from these times. We're hastening to flee from these times, whatever shape, way, form it may be, because the Lord's with us. So if we die, we die to the Lord. If we live to the Lord. Some of us standing here shall not taste of death till the Lord comes in his great power and glory and kingdom. 1 Maccabees 1:9, and after his death they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them many years. And that's what guys have done. They've exalted themselves just like Esau. They've exalted themselves. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, the violent take it by force. Why did Yahushua and John the Baptist say that? Because it was the murderers, man. The murderers that was possessing all the riches. The vibration that was on these riches was what? Deceit. Riches gone by deceit. Kept back by fraud. Because they're fake. So when you got guys giving, and then it's heavy, because then you got the head, basically the head of the serpent, the head of the whole like death camps, like the brother went into. Like these camps, like not Yahushua is not on these camps. It's just death. It's just death camps. It literally, and that's why all they talk to you is about, the FEMA camps, the death camps, because they're getting your mind ready for something. See, we're not speaking about that. That's not a part of the gospel. I know it says in Revelation 2:10, but what we focus on, what you have to have your eye single towards, is what Yahushua, be full of light. So whatever comes upon you, you may take it cheerfully and not be confounded, not be surprised. Not think it's strange if fire trial, which is to try you, because when this test, these trials, these days, it's gonna prove if you are a friend of the Lord, and it's gonna prove if you're really a precious in gold and truly wealthy and rich. It has nothing to do with money. This world, this society makes you want to. All it wants you to focus on is money. What's money? It's Esau. It's heathen. It's worldly. It's wicked. The root of money is the root of all evil, which while some have covered after, they have pierced them through with many sorrows and woes, and have erred. So there's that spirit of error is heavy out there. Error, and like in the Matrix, or like on a computer, or a game or something on the screen, when it says error, it's like in red, and it's like error, because it's like you're not gonna get what you're trying to get, and that's what guys are getting. They're not getting what they're gonna get. Because they're not in the spirit. They don't have the spirit of truth. It says, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So what was after Alexander the Great passed on, and those four sprang up, evils were multiplied. So where did it all come from? The great, Alexander the Great. So just like Pharaoh, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. How did he harden Pharaoh's heart? He gave him more than the heart could wish. He got him proud. He made him so that he would never repent. He would never feel sorry. He just always just be proud, so the Lord would destroy him. Same thing with Alexander the Great. Same thing with Esau. Same thing with the greats, great millstone. And then no one wants to talk about this topic because they understand that the judgment is coming. So guys, they might have tried to talk about us or do videos on us in the past, but they're noticing that as we're getting stronger, they're getting weaker. Because they're having to ignore things and act like they don't hear what the Spirit's saying. Thus saith the Spirit. Because they want you to listen to the flesh. Because they made a covenant with death. At hell they are agreement. The kingdom of heaven isn't in them. So, matter of fact, I was meditating on this the other day. I listened to one of the brothers' videos, and what they do is they literally tear you apart. They tear you apart. They consume. They're fucking wolves and vultures, man, and serpents and snakes, and this is what they do. Micah 3:1. And the title of this chapter is Rulers Denounced. When something is denounced is condemned. You see that? Condemned, exposed, publicly declared to be wrong or evil. And this is the rulers denounced, the heads. We're not talking about the blind followers of these blind, corrupted men. And the word denounced means condemned. So guys are condemned. They're damned because they're eating of the Lord unworthily. They're misusing the prophets. They're misusing this word. They're taking advantage of it. They're making profit off of it. They're making, they thinking gain is godliness, from such turn away. They think that gaining things in this world is godliness. It's not. It's ungodliness. And the Lord said, let those that are ungodly be ungodly still. If any man be ignorant of the gospel, let him be ignorant. That's times when we're not in a time of explaining ourselves and going back and forth. Oh, well, you have to understand this. That time has passed and gone. See, people aren't our people. They're not grateful and they're not thankful for the Spirit, for the Lord, and for the men he sends, his servants that he sends to do his will, to do his bidding on the earth. They're not grateful. They're ungrateful. They're bastards. They don't understand the chastisement of the Lord. They get offended. They're weak. They can't be told nothing. They can't handle the truth. What that guy say in that movie? He said, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. And that's this world, man. This world is effeminate, and the men that a lot of males in this world, in society, especially our people, are effeminate too. Because that word effeminate goes into having no faith, lack of faith. That's why the woman is so important to cleave to the man that is a following the Lord, following Yahweh Shai in the Spirit. Micah 3, and I said, here I pray your heads of Jacob and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? Right? Is it? If you're a ruler, if you're a head, if you're an elder, or you're this, which elder apostle? I'm gonna say it again. Elder apostle is not in the scriptures. Peter was never like, oh, double honor me and give me all your money, and I'm gonna just buy prostitutes all the time because I'm an elder apostle. No, that's not the example Yahweh Shai or the true apostles laid. It says, and they don't know judgment. Evil men understand not judgment. And not guys are evil. Guys are evil. They're not good. They're not overcoming the evil and the darkness with good and the light. They're actually like becoming more and more dark, more and more sinister. It says, who hate the good. So they hate the good. They hate Yahweh Shai. They hate the gospel. The gospel is the good news. They hate this news. They don't believe the report that we're given. That's what the Lord said in Isaiah. Who hath believed our report? Who has the arm of the Lord been stretched out to? And it's not being stretched out to a lot of guys. It says, who hate the good and love the evil. You see, so they love the murderers. They love the whoremongers, the fornicators, the stealers, the liars, the this. Now, we all have sin, but the difference between the election and the 2/3 and the rest of our nation, this world, is that they're fighting the good fight of faith. They're striving for the truth unto death. The Lord said in Hebrews, ye have not strived against sin unto blood. So none of us has basically spilled blood, striving against sin or standing up for something. So when guys showed you on this whole YouTube social media platform and shit that like, oh, I'm gonna say E because I want to save my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this and give this code and this code because I'm gonna beat the algorithm. That's a weak, effeminate, social media. All their works to be seen is just to be seen of men. Matthew 23:5 spirit, and we absolutely denounce that, and we still is, because it's not stopping. The spirit is not stopping. The Lord said, "He that heareth speaketh constantly," and our ears are open to the Spirit. What the Lord wants us to say. Says, who pluck off their skin from off them. What's the skin? Is Yahweh Shai. That's what's covering the bones. The Lord said in Ezekiel 37 to Ezekiel, he said, look at the valley. Look at how much bones and skeletons. Look how dry they are. And he said, can they live? Will they be able to live again? You see? And what the Lord told Ezekiel, just prophesy unto them. Speak, prophesy to the wind. And it's all going to come together. Those that accept Yahweh Shai's flesh and his blood, they're going to get covered. They're going to rise again with his dead body. Says, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones. Right? They're taking Yahushai, the flesh. The Lord said, if ye must eat my flesh. They're taking that off because they can't enter in, so they don't want you to enter in. So who says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones. Right? Now, the prophecy about Yahushai's body was that, what? Not one of his bones were broken. Because usually in the time of Roman crucifixion, they would usually break the kneecaps to get the body to come down. Something like that. But Yahushai's wasn't. Not one of his bones were broken. And that's symbolic. That goes hand in, that walks side to side with the body of believers. Not one of our bones are broken. We're strong. We're able to hold our own. We're able to take up our bed and walk. We're able to heal ourselves and heal others by just the Spirit and by our words. And because when we speak and when we do these videos, we mean it. We love it. We care for our soul and we care for you others out there. We really do. And that's why this is a daily sacrifice. The Lord said he doesn't care about the many sacrifices of the wicked. So it doesn't matter how much videos you do. What matters is if the quality is there, the Spirit is there, the love is there, the charity, the Lord is there. And the Lord's not there with a lot of guys in this moment. He's not. It says, and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh within the cauldron. And, I was watching this video. I might put it up, but you had this Jake. He got pulled over. And he was just going back and forth with Esau, man. Oh, why do you need my ID? What did I do? It's just, bro, give him your fucking ID. Get your ticket or your warning. Or whatever the fuck. And keep it moving. But guys are disobedient. They don't listen to the Spirit. They're not. Even with the whole 2,000-year prophecy. Oh, them elder apostles. Oh, the 2,000. That's it. That's when the Lord's coming back. Blah, blah, blah. Talking big, right? But it never happened. Here it is. We're 22 years later. 22 years later. And I'm going to say this too. Did they once at all, for that whole time, such a long time, at once, acknowledge Yahushai? Acknowledge what the Lord said? He said, no man knoweth, not even the Son, only the Father only. So they exalt themselves above the Lord. And there's going to be an abasing for that. Period. That in itself. Micah 3 and 4, then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time. And we're a part of the countenance that's on a few of us. We're a part of that, the face of the Lord. The Lord said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So if you've seen the true men of the Lord and their countenance, because wisdom makes a man's face to shine. That's what the Lord is hiding. He's hiding his face right now. He doesn't want to see. He don't want to see nobody. That's why I want to. We don't want to see nobody, man. I'd rather. Right now, I'm looking at trees in the forest and a lake. Right now, man, it's beautiful. What God created and what the creation is supposed to be doing. See, the Lord created you Israelites to do something, to serve Him, to fear Him, and keep His commandments. But guys ain't doing what they was created to do. They're unprofitable servants. They're not. They're corrupted, profiting servants. They're making money and merchandise of this truth, which the Lord told you not to do. Buy the truth and sell it not. Micah 3 and 4. As they have behaved themselves ill in their doings, right? Our people are sick, and they're not going to be healed because they're not receiving the medicine. They're not receiving Yahushai, the rebuke. They're not. They're receiving a whole different Messiah. The Lord said, if any man preach a different Messiah, don't listen to him. Don't follow him. And this is why these prophecies are coming past on a continental state, on a civil state, on a neighborhood state, in this truth, amongst camps, amongst your own family, amongst guys in your camp. This is happening because the Lord said it was happening. So if you're of the Lord, you're going to understand it, the wise to understand, and you're going to keep your wits about you. You're not going to be offended. You're going to realize what the Lord is doing because you're a friend. The Lord said the servant doesn't know his master's will. The friends do. He's called us friends, not servants. The servant doesn't know what the master's doing. All the servant knows is the master saying, oh, come bring me a cup of tea. And the servant brings them a cup of tea and then they leave. The Lord has called his friends. So as we're serving the Lord, He's also letting us know why we're serving him in certain kind of ways at certain period of times. 2 Ezra 6:24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. And time is different in the heavens than it is in this flesh. But seeing how fast time is flying by, 3 hours is nothing. So we're literally in a time of you have to make the most of every second. You have to live for today, because tomorrow is never promised. These are the moments we're in. And I'm gonna get this precept a little bit, but it is heavy because people might feel like it's gonna go back to normal. Oh yeah, they don't gotta wear masks. Oh, they don't care. But sudden destruction is at hand. See, but people don't realize that because they're not in the spirit. They don't have the mind of the Lord. It's burning in the Lord's heart to bring vengeance. 2 Ezra 6:25, whosoever remaineth from all these I have told thee shall escape. Right, those that remain and are abiding in his will, abiding in his work, in his spirit. It says that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. Right, this is the end of this world, man. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. Right, when we were born again, just the tree of life. We're not going to the tree of good and evil. It says, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. See how beautiful that is? So a change of heart, that's the new covenant. That's the new covenant, accepting and believing on Yahushua and following him. Putting everything down and following him. That's what it's all about. Not following a specific camp. Guys have beguiled the weak out there. So it's our duty as those that have the strength and the power to be strong for the weak, that we might gain the weak. That's why Paul said, to the weak I became weak, that I might gain the weak. You know what I'm saying? That so we you know what I'm saying? We know how it is to be weak. You know what I'm saying? I know how to abound, I know how to abase. And Yahushua, I know how to do all things through the Lord. So it's nothing that can destroy. Once you get to a level of Yoda, Jean Grey level, you're indestructible. You're indestructible. You can't be destroyed. You can't be, because the scriptures say we die daily. And that's why I love that scene with Morpheus. He says, are we not dead already? You know, this is something good to die for. You know, I love that, man. It's a beautiful thing. See, even these luminaries, these Edomite that have some understanding of like prophecy, they even know what it is, man. But see, they twist it and warp it and you know, can confuse it. But those of us that have eyes, we see right through it. And in these times, and I'm about to close out, I gotta get back going in, but in these times, like I was listening to this podcast for like 10 minutes, you know, and it was just Jake talking about, you know, finances and, you know, relationships and marriages and 2 incomes, family and blah, 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 blah. But that shit doesn't matter, man. That shit really doesn't matter. The Lord says, set your affections on things that be above, not on earth. The shit that be on earth is so futile. You have it one day and it's gone tomorrow. The thing is, when the heavens is that, it's always there. It's faithful. There's a faithful witness in heaven. It's true. It's never going to fail. It's never going to fail you. It's never going to, you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. If you're carnally minded, you're going to be, asking for carnal things. Oh, I want this. I want that. When in all actuality, if you're in the spirit, what are you going to be asking for? For the things that's going to, what did Solomon ask for? He asked for wisdom to judge such a great people. And the Lord was so pleased with that. See, it's all about pleasing the Lord. Once you please the Lord, the Lord's going to please you. But it's all about taking care of business first and putting the Lord first. And everything else follows after, man. Everything else follows after. And it's not forced. It just, it comes with time and patience and work and faith. It says, so this is what you have to ask for. Psalms 2 and verse 8 says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. See, our people ain't thinking like that. That's way above and beyond. Oh, I'm gonna have white people as my slaves? No, why would I want to do? See, a lot of people are in that spirit. They're in that spirit. But we're not. It says, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession, right? So we're going to possess the uttermost parts of the earth. Alaska, you know? We're going to, bro, and that's just on a small thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about having a rulership mind frame. And when I talk about rulership, I'm not talking about the corrupted rulers like I brought that Micah 3. I'm talking about Yahushua. When he came, even though he was the second in command in the whole universe, and like guys like to say, what did he do? He washed his servants' feet. He showed himself a servant to his servants. That's what makes a great leader. Those are willing to lower themselves to pick up the power, to pick up the responsibility, to do things that no one else wants to do. See, everyone thinks that the king is everyone's supposed to serve the king, and you know, the king is served by the people. The king is served by the field. So if a king is taking care of the field and the land and the people, then guess what? The field, the land, and the people, and everything in it is going to take care of the king. And this is what the Lord's raising up: a nation of kings and priests. And yeah, I gotta get going, but you know, the spirit is definitely speaking. 1 Thessalonians 5 right now, you know, sudden destruction. So definitely get yourself in your mind and get your loins girt and get ready, man, because this is it. This is it. Ukraine, Russia, that whole thing, that's not going to de-escalate. It's just going to keep on getting worse and worse. The Lord said the wicked shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So there's no truth in them. That's why Pontius Pilate, when he was interrogating Yahushua, he looked at Yahushua and he said, what is truth? He had no idea. You know, and it's beautiful, man. The Lord always it's beautiful, man, because the Lord, he always makes a way. You know, he always has a place for his men. You know, I just got to a spot for my break, and literally it was no one in the parking lot. I was the only one there, and it was a beautiful view. So when you trust in the Lord, he shows you things that are absolutely beautiful. That's what he does. That's what he does. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what they're saying, oh, peace and security, and this, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. They shall not escape. So even with a woman, when her belly is big and like she can barely walk, bro, that's when you know, man. And it's around 9 months, that's when you know. It's any moment now, and that's the same thing with right now. I'm gonna leave it there. All praises, glory, honor, and fear. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua HaKadash. Abad Babal. Hey, Shalom.